wife calls me Jamie, because that's how she met me. But it don't matter how you call me, Jamie or Jaime, English or Spanish, I'm glad you called me if you need anything. I'm a retired Air Force chief and a Vietnam veteran. I was in Vietnam all of 1970. I was an Air Force cop and in Vietnam. I think I saw more action in the NCO club breaking up fights than I did in combat. But I was a young, scared Air Force guy, 19 years old when I was there. And although I didn't do any combat, I have issues. I have PTSD. I have issues of being there and dealing with it. I don't have PTSD as much as other folks have in the military. However, I struggled with it early on when I came back from Vietnam, and they never called it PTSD then. I don't know what the VA called it, but I didn't bother messing with the VA because I didn't think I had a problem. But years on, they came up with the term, post-traumatic stress syndrome. And there's a lot of issues that come through your mind when you're talking about PTSD. And it's not necessarily just military folks, it's civilians as well. Because the traumatic word, the word traumatic is the one point that we're talking about, because you can have an incident in your life that has traumatized you in one way or another, or someone you know. And the part of dealing with that, because it happened, and that's where the word post comes from, it's very complicated. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different, even if you have the same issue, you handle it different. And in the civilian side of the world, any car accident, any parent losing a child in an accident or in any fashion, it's very hard to move on. And there's a lot of issues that go through your mind and how you deal with that situation. Or a car accident. Some people have such a car accident they just barely made it, and they might not want to drive again. Or anytime they're driving, it's a little possible accident, they go crazy. The mind just like, wow, it all comes back. So, and for me, one of my stressors was I saw a guy get head-on collision on base in Vietnam. Again, that wasn't combat related, but yet it was an incident that I saw that his head was crushed between two cars. Okay, we didn't wear seatbelts back then. So 2 years ago, I was going down 17 bypass, and I saw a head-on collision. And I had to pull off to the side. Not to help, because I was in the northbound lane, I'm going south, but to help myself relax and calm, because it all came back to me. Okay, that's a sign of PTSD. How do you deal with recurrent things that have happened to you, and you see it again? Some of us hide it and try not to deal with it, but there's a lot of help. And as far as the military side, there's a lot of help. The VA's been very good in working on dealing with veterans, especially here. I would say South Carolina is #1 for veterans. I come from Maryland, and we never got the service that I've seen here. There's a lot of counseling available. So if you know any veterans that are going through these issues, there's counseling, there's psychiatry. I see a psychiatrist every 3 months. We talk about my behavior, my issues with PTSD. They give me medication to help me sleep better, to help me sleep more, because lack of sleep is another problem with PTSD, and nightmares. And I've jumped out of bed many times and hit myself on the side of the nightstand, or startled my wife awake because of something I was thinking of. That it wasn't a little bit, it was a Vietnam dream, even though I've dreamt about being in combat. And that's one of my problems, because I have, what do they call it? I feel bad that I wasn't in combat when I see and I know guys that have been in combat, and I stand strong when anybody has a Purple Heart medal, because they took it for us and for our freedom. So to me, I get recurrent dreams about that kind of stuff. I say, if I wasn't in combat, we're still trying to find out why that's happening to me. But I'm also the commander of the Disabled American Veterans here at Myrtle Beach, And we deal with lots of veterans. I just came from there today. Every Wednesday we help veterans with claims. And a lot of them come up with, they want to claim for PTSD and they want help. So it helps us that have PTSD relate to them in order to help them and guide them to where they need to go and get medication and counseling and so forth. So if you know someone that has PTSD, whether it's non-civilian related, I mean non-military related or not, there's hope, there's help out there. But the thing that comes up all the time, and I'll run this real quickly, is exposure to death. I mentioned helplessness. You feel helplessness. I got copies of this if you want some afterwards. The recurring thoughts of the incident, the dreams, flashbacks, avoiding talking about it, and avoiding thoughts, avoiding activities. You don't want to get involved with people anymore. If you know somebody that was a really happy-going person, and after this incident, they stay away from being social and just want to be to themselves and all that, those are signs. And a lot of us don't want to admit it. Matter of fact, this sheet I'll give you if you're interested. Most of the time we tell the wives to fill this out because they know better about the veteran than the veteran wants to admit. So, inability to recall important aspects of that particular trauma, and lack of engaging with others. I mentioned a sense of foreshortness of future. You don't have a future. You know that's in your mind. That what are you going to do with the rest of your life, because it's not going to be long with all this in your brain and you're going on in your head. Sleep disorder, inability to outburst of anger or ability to outburst with anger, difficulty concentrating, hypervigilant. I'm always worried about who's behind me. And that's part of being a police officer in the military. They train you, you got to watch what's in front of you to see what's going on all the time. So I always, since I came back from Vietnam, I don't like people behind me. I don't like, even though I sit in church in front here, most of the time I feel safe. But I'm watching what's going on all the time, because that's what we did in Vietnam. And as a 19-year-old, the first bomb I heard, and I volunteered for Vietnam, by the way. A lot of guys didn't, they got drafted. I got a draft card and I ended up in the Air Force. But I volunteered for Vietnam because I thought that's what I wanted to do. But I was scared as could be that first night that I heard the bombs going off in our base. And I'm saying, what am I doing here? I could get back in the States. But you deal with that. And a lot of loud noise. Earlier on when I came back, helicopters, we heard them all day long up there. And helicopters would affect me. Okay, some guys can't go to 4th of July parades or fireworks and all that stuff. So anyway, you have people that are out there that have these type of symptoms. You gotta understand them and help them relate and get some assistance. A lot of PTSD relates to my other page, which is suicide. Unfortunately, with they don't get any help, there's a lot of suicide issues. Now, I'll read some real quick if you have time. In the United States, more than 40,000 people commit suicide every year. People who have experienced in trauma events and PTSD may be more likely to attempt suicide. 58,077 people across the United States were found to have PTSD as a result of sexual assault, okay? And that's male and female, and likely to commit suicide. 22% of people who have been raped have also attempted to suicide at one time or another. 23% of the people have experienced physical assault on them, and they've also high intent to commit suicide. And it goes on. I mean, everything, a lot of people, if they don't get treated for PTSD or get some guidance, that's all they have left to do, is to kill themselves. And sometimes take someone else with them. But there's hope out there. Like I said, there's counseling, be it civilian doctors or in the military. There's hope out there. There's opportunities to help that individual. So if you don't have PTSD, God bless you. If you know of someone that does, pass the word around, talk to them, and guide them to wherever they need to go to get the help, because it's gotten worse and worse. And more importantly, I'm from Vietnam era. We got guys coming from Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're going home 2 months, and they're going back again. And they, 8, 9 months, and they go back home, back and forth, because they're volunteers. So they got to be working constantly with the military, sending them back and over. When they come back, they get lost. And a lot of people, I know several people that have lost their life because they couldn't relate coming back after this particular war the last 10 years, because they struggle when they come back here that they want to go back to the war. And then it's that change back and forth, back into there's 2 different types of trauma. And we at home don't understand them. So they feel shutted out because we think they're crazy. My mother thought it was my Vietnam fault. They got me crazy because I was crazy in a way. But it's getting help and being compassionate and praying for us that have PTSD to try to live a better life and understand that there is help. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.